Hi, ladies, and welcome to week 1 of the Grace and Transition course for women of a certain age. I am honored and excited to be starting this 8-week journey with you. Over the next 2 months, we'll be walking together through a process of discovery and transformation, implementing the tools you'll need to thrive in all different stages of the pause life. I want to make sure that you know that this isn't just a course, it's a community. It's a community that has a plan. My hope is that you all feel very comfortable enough to share in our private chat area as the weeks progress, celebrating your wins and also talking about the hard stuff. We do better when we're not alone, and this group is your circle of support. The chat area is also a great place where you can ask questions and they will be answered either by myself or you all can join in too. That's what this is for. A lot of you are very sophisticated and know a lot, and I can't know everything, so I welcome all that you have to say. I do want to take a moment to frame our journey ahead. And while everywhere we look and turn to these days is all about HRT and perimenopause and menopause, and that may be what you are most interested in and might be why you are here, it is not where we're going to start. And I hope you're not disappointed. But the reason we're not going to start there is because HRT is basically the icing on the cake. And HRT, hormone replacement therapy, or menopause replacement therapy, whatever you want to call it, is not the end all be all. And yes, I use the older term HRT. There's so much more that we need to pay attention to if you want to thrive in our pause years. And we need to make sure that the terrain, our bodies, our soil is ready. If we try to put HRT on subpar soil, we're not going to get the outcomes that we want. Now, having said that, sometimes using HRT can kind of help us get to where we want to be. But again, it's not the end all be all. So here's what you can expect over the 8 weeks. We are going to be starting with the foundations, which includes nutrition and movement, mindset, and getting your house and kitchen in order. So you'll have the room and tools to create lasting changes. We need to jump in with both feet from the very beginning to get these things in place. And that way you'll have an entire 7 to 8 weeks to get them anchored into your body and your psyche. So they'll become a part of your fabric going forward. And by the way, this will look different for every single woman that is here, all right? But there are some basics to start with. You'll notice that Module 1 and Module 2 are heavier in material and to-dos than the other modules. And yes, that's on purpose. Think of what we're doing in the very beginning as pouring the foundation for a house. The base is solid. Everything we build on top will be stronger and last longer. So we're creating a fertile and good foundation and terrain. So with that in mind, I am asking you to dive in with both feet right from the start. It may feel like a lot, but you're paving the way for real transformation. And you won't be doing it alone. We'll be doing it together. Now, as we move through the course, we'll then layer on other essentials, including getting sleep, making sure you're doing that, stress, resiliency. These are all the things we'll be talking about, which are equally as important. We'll be talking about lab work, going over your labs, gut health, really important, environmental toxins, the exposure, how to help our bodies handle them. And then, of course, we will be talking about hormones and HRT, and then understanding the diseases of menopause as we kind of travel through and get a little bit older, which includes heart disease, Alzheimer's, and osteoporosis, and what is behind these and how you can prevent them. Now, I know that not every topic will hold the same weight as far as importance for each of you. And if something isn't a problem, it may not and it may not resonate with you, that's fine. Pay closer to the areas that really seem up in front and center for you, but I still am inviting you to skim over everything just in case there's something that you hadn't thought about. Each week offers a new module addressing each of these topics that I just listed in each of the modules, and you'll find one or more videos and often a PDF to help you navigate the terrain and information. There is a ton of information coming at you during this course, and I find it doesn't hurt to hear or read things twice. So you will find some information in the videos are also either in your notebooks or guides or the PDFs. They'll overlap a little bit. But there's often material in the videos that you also may not find in the handbooks and the notebooks because the videos are a little bit easier to edit and update. All right, there will be assignments along the way. Some assignments will feel more important to you than others. I understand that, but at the same time, I'm encouraging you to do all of them. By the end of this course, you'll have a personalized roadmap to help you move through all of the phases of the pause years, and there's 3 of them, and have more understanding and confidence and strength and vitality. That's really what we're going for here. With that in mind, I want to take just a moment to remind you of all the resources you have at your fingertips to make this course work for you. First of all, you do have your course notebook. You'll find that in Module 1. And that notebook houses about 75% of everything we'll be talking about and what you need to know over the next 8 weeks. So I would let this notebook become your #1 resource. Skim it, read it, mark it up, do whatever you want to do to it, make it your own. And then you have 2 very important guides that I absolutely love. You have your companion guide to essential lab work. We will be spending time on your personal lab work and going over everything and what it means. And that is found, the companion guide for that is found in Module 4. And then the other guide is Everything Hormone Guide, found in Module 7. So there's a lot of good and helpful information in both of these guides that we'll be spending plenty of time with. So these guides, along with your resource PDF, which again you will find in your Module 1, links to helpful other videos that people have made, my favorite books and podcasts that I think will be helpful, and then supplement bundles that I've put together for areas that you might need more support in. And I want to remind you that during this course that the supplements are available to you at 20% off. And don't forget to look at the menus and recipes and my Cindy D's hacks, again, that you'll find in Module 1. I know all of you have been cooking probably for more years than you want to have been cooking, and you might be burned out. I get it. But hopefully these will inspire you to kind of come back to the kitchen and make things easy for you that are also very nurturing. It might be really helpful to print out the notebook and the guides and everything you've got there and put them in a big notebook. And I feel like I'm being very elementary here, that I don't need to tell you that. But it's a way to have these references at your fingertips, and again, to mark them up and have your questions ready. During the 8 weeks, you will have daily access to your movement coach and support group. And this is to keep you on task, to keep your body moving and to stretch you a little bit, and also to have a connection throughout the course. And then, of course, we're going to be having our weekly Zoom meetings, which will be on Mondays, starting September 22nd at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I hope the time is good for everybody. The meetings are recorded, so if you can't make them, you will get a copy of the recording. During the meetings, I don't want to necessarily rehash everything that you've gotten in the modules. I may hit on a kind of a summary of what we're talking about, but really the point of the meetings is to answer the questions and concerns that you have about this time in your life, something that's going on maybe right now, or something in the past, or questions. Usually there's so many questions that surround these pause years that, I can spend easily an hour just answering questions. So I don't want you to be shy. And I really would love for you to show up as much as you possibly can because I think there's great value in asking your questions, getting them answered, and then also it's a great time just to interact with each other. The last thing that I would like to bring up that was included in the course is your continuous glucose monitor or your CGM, and you'll be wearing that for 2 weeks. You should be getting that about a week or two after you have registered for the course. I will be going over your CGM in week 2. And we'll talk about the nuances of what to expect, what to look for. It's pretty exciting for most people to kind of see what food, what stress, what exercise, sleep, all of that, how it affects your blood sugar level. So it can be very eye-opening for, I know my clients and probably will be for you. It was for me. Okay, so this focus for this week in particular, this week is your prep week. It's about setting the stage mentally, physically, and emotionally for everything that's going to be coming behind it. And I want you to know that none of this is about perfection. It's all about progress, okay? And it's about small, steady shifts that add up to life-changing shifts. And everyone's focus and progress will be different. So here is what week 1 looks like. So the first thing I'd like you to do is to take a moment to define your why. Why are you here? And what do you want from this course? Your why becomes your anchor when you get a little bit wobbly as you're going through the 8 weeks, which I'm assuming all of us will get a little bit wobbly. And it's a great place to kind of revisit if you actually write it down. And there is a place in your course notebook to actually write down your why. And, for example, your why can be that it's really important to you to understand how to keep your body healthy and strong so that you don't end up in a nursing home. It might be something, I was going to say as little as that, but actually that's something very, very big. Because once you go, you often don't come back out. And that's real. Okay. The other thing I want you to do are your health assessments. So this is your baseline to track your progress. We do it now, and then we do it again at the end of the 8 weeks. It's a great tool to assess how far you've come. And then I want you to complete the movement questionnaire if you haven't already done so that you're making a commitment to yourself over the next 8 weeks of what you are committing to do. And we know what that commitment is as well, and we can help support you. And then I want you to take the hormone quiz. There's one for perimenopausal women, and then the other is for menopausal women. And actually, all of these forms, which are online fillable, were sent out to you right after you registered for the course. So you should have gotten them then, and hopefully you filled them out, and I get to see them as well. All right. And then you're going to be prepping your kitchen. So you're going to be cleaning out what no longer serves you and stock it with real and nourishing food, and check out the menus and recipes that I provided in, well, some of in the notebook and then the other PDFs that are attached. And be sure to watch the video on labels. It's a little bit of a dated video, I will admit that, unless I've updated it by the time you were starting the program. But what I have found, I mean, it might sound elementary, right? But what I have found that even my clientele, which I feel are pretty sophisticated, they're not really that sophisticated when it comes to reading labels. So I just think it's nice to have a little refresher course on exactly how to read labels, which includes not just the nutrient label, but the ingredient label. All right. Okay. You are going to be beginning to move your body on a daily basis, and nothing necessarily extreme. Consistency is the key. So I want you to pace yourselves and get used to checking in daily with the movement group and coach. You want to make sure that you're boosting your body's ability to eliminate. And when I'm talking about that, yeah, I'm talking about poops. You've got to be pooping every day, good poops. And if you're not, raise your hand and we need to talk. Okay. So you get a 30% off a consultation with me. And if you need help in this area, I would really like for you to contact me. I do talk about it in the digestive gut section of your notebook, and there is a section in your resources for a bundle of supplements that can help you with digestion. It's just that you might not know exactly what you need. So I would like for you this week to take a few minutes to familiarize yourself with your resources, and please take a peek at everything that's included in Module 1. And if time allows, peek into Module 2 as well. And then take a deep breath and jump in and have fun. And remember, you're not doing this alone. And I'm honored to walk this path with you. So with that, you got a lot of work to do. Hopefully it's not too much. And I will be seeing you on September 22nd, Monday at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right. Ciao.